Hi there, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to use these really lovely moulds, which we haven't used in nearly 12 months, and some leftover resin. So this is resin from another project, which you'll probably see after this video, so a bit later on this week. But look at this, it's already had some lovely glitter added into it. This is T-Expert resin, 1:1 mixing ratio, just happens to be the brand of our choice of using. But look at these beautiful glitters. So we've got a lovely red and a very warm copper colour, that one there, that's it. Now, the idea was just to give it like more of a traditional sort of colour background, and I decided there wasn't enough of that beautiful copper colour in, so I've added some more, because you can never have too much glitter now, can you? I don't think so anyway. So I'm just thoroughly mixing it in. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves, sleeve protectors, working in a well ventilated room, and wearing my respirator mask. Now, to make this a bit more easy for myself, I've decided to decant some of the glitter mixed resin into just a small silicone mixing jug. There we are. So it's got a little spout on it, makes it much easier for precision pouring like you're seeing here. So the idea is just to put down a base layer, because there are 3 layers to this, believe it or not, and these moulds aren't very deep. So just a bit of a base layer there. Just let the, I got a bit overexcited there with that one. Just let them level out, and then just showing you, just helping the resin move out a little bit, topping up where needed, but using one of those micro brushes with the little piece of foam off the end of it. They're so good, those micro brushes. And as usual, everything, wherever possible that we have used in today's video, we will leave a link for you in the description box. So at this point, we'd found 4 moulds, but Wayne, who is also one of the creators here, he had found some more. So, spoiler alert, I actually get a bit carried away and create a lot more of these. Well, myself and Wayne do, because we're doing a bit of a tag team action in this video. Not that there's going to be wrestling, but just the fact that I'm doing this part, and then Wayne is actually going to take over and do the rest of the demonstration for video purposes. So there you are, just helping the resin round, going around the edge of the mould there, trying to make sure there are no little bubbles clinging to the sides of the moulds that would create a problem. So as you can see here from this flyover shot, we've done a lot more, because we found all the other moulds that we had. So there we go, with all that lovely red and gold colour. So now this is 24 hours later, and this is Wayne doing the demo. And as you can see, we've done a lot more. Some are slightly, we got 2 there down in the bottom right and 1 in the bottom left, slightly different design. And we're going to apply some of these beautiful stickers or transfers. Now, these transfers were from Temu. They were in our Temu haul, which you may have seen. If you've not, why not check out our playlist and go and have a look, see what we got. Not sponsored by Temu at all, we just decided to treat ourselves. So it was at this point Wayne decided which ones he was going to use for these 2 large round moulds. Now these particular stickers have got a sticker coating on the back. Some of the others we're going to show you have got a sticker coat, a protective coating on the front and the back. But all he's doing here is just lining this one up in the mould. Now don't forget, the resin is cured. And he's just pressing it down so he can see, 1, does it fit how he thinks it is, just positioning it, and then realising, of course, you've got to make a little hole in the top there, so that when you have finished and you demould it, you can put your lovely bit of ribbon or twine or cord through to create the hanging loop to hang it on your tree or from your garland, or to incorporate it maybe in part of a centerpiece, or, you know, whatever you're going to do with this, really. So there we go. He's just made that. And then actually, no, these ones also have a protective film on the front of them, which was a bit surprising. We haven't had any that been like that before. We've had them where they've just had it on the back, but not on the front as well. So, you know, you can rub over the surface before you take off the front protective sheet or piece of film, just to make sure it adheres really well down to the surface there of the garland, or not the garland, of the decoration. Honestly, get my words right. So now, eagle-eyed people will have seen that Wayne is using some UV resin, and he's using this as a top coat. Now, these moulds aren't very deep at all, so it is okay to use the UV resin, but there's nothing stopping you from just using regular epoxy resin. And in fact, bearing in mind the amount that we're going to make, we probably should have used epoxy resin. So again, that would have just been the T-Expert resin, 1:1 mixing ratio. And yeah, then just carefully put small amounts in. Make sure that the resin goes all the way out to the side of the mould. And Wayne is just helping it do that currently using a coffee stir stick. Or you can use a micro brush or a cocktail stick, whichever you feel more comfortable using. Just make sure you don't scratch the surface. And then he would have taken that away to cure under a UV light. Now, this is another type of PET sticker that we've got. With a sticky on the back, he's cut it to size to fit this mould. And again, don't forget the resin's already completely cured. And he's just sticking it down. There we are. Just literally just rub over the sticker with your finger, getting rid of any little trapped air bubbles and so on. Like that. You haven't got to make a hole in this one. But these have also, as we discovered, got a protective film on the front of them as well, which was a little bit fiddly to use, but it's great because obviously you can really press firmly down on it whilst the protective film's there to make sure that it adheres very, very well indeed with no air bubbles to the surface of your mould. There we are, or the resin. So he's just carefully peeling back that protective layer. There we go. If you don't do that and you leave it there, then you've got the risk of actually being able to see it once you put your top coat of resin on. So just carefully, there we are, peeling it back. Rather happy Father Christmas there, or Santa Claus, in his, what was that, in a truck? Yeah, a very vintage looking truck. And just delivering Christmas trees and presents and things. So Wayne is now just using, I think that is just a piece of kitchen towel, dry kitchen towel, just to go over the surface. He just wanted to make sure that it was all thoroughly pressed down to the surface of the cured resin. And then again, using UV resin just to create the top coat for this lovely Christmas decoration or Christmas ornament. As I said before, you don't have to use UV resin. You can just use regular epoxy resin. But what I would suggest is if you're going to do that, that you stick all the stickers down first, peel off all the protective coating that's on the front of them, make sure they're all thoroughly stuck down, you clean them all up if you need to, and then do the resin layer, the top coat resin layer, all in one go. Now, as you've probably noticed, Wayne isn't wearing gloves. He's happy not to wear gloves when he's using UV resin because he's a very neat crafter, should we just say. He doesn't get in a mess like I tend to. But, you know, if you're not happy to do that, and I certainly wouldn't do it, you know, wear your gloves. Work in the well-ventilated room area, and make sure that you're wearing your respirator mask, because I've noticed that UV resin in particular can give off it's not particularly pleasant smell, even, you know, particularly when you've put it under the UV lamp to cure. Now we've got another little sticker here. We're not going to show you every single one because it's just repetition of a process. You only need to see it two, maybe 3 times max. As you can see there, I sped it up a bit. But I love this one. This has got more green tones to it. Look at that, all the Christmas trees being delivered. Yeah, and it's just following exactly the same process again. And he repeated that for every single one of these, and with the UV resin, making sure it goes to the very edges of the mould, that there are no little air bubbles, and then curing it. Now, warning, there's a UV light coming up, I think. In one of the clips, we have a brand new torch, UV torch, that we did get from Temu. It's not on any of our Temu hauls. It's literally come through in the last couple of days, and it's much more powerful than the little ones that we would use. Much more powerful indeed. It's brilliant. I'm glad we've got it. But Wayne did use that to cure these pieces, these Christmas ornaments. But he then did also put them underneath the main UV lamp that we've got for about 5 minutes or so. So there we go. Some of these are just stunning. This one's got a load of Christmas fruit in it. But yeah, These stickers, as I said, these ones are the Father Christmas ones, and these ones are all from Temu. They have a vast selection of things on the Temu website. If you haven't used it before, unfortunately we don't have a code that's still in date, it's still valid for Temu, but they do have lots and lots of discounted items, whether it's for home, for it's all sorts of things, from storage containers for your home to items of clothing. We've never bought items of clothing. We've only ever bought a couple of storage bits for our crafting, and then mainly things like molds, stickers, all that sort of thing. And they are discounted prices, and then they have regularly have offers and so on that you can use. But it's just unfortunate, I'm afraid we don't have a code that you can use to get you another 10% off. However, we do have that code for BB Craft. So if you search for the website called BB Craft, I think it's in the link in the description box that we have with this video, we do have a discount code. You can get a further 10% off the total value of your order if you quote Lottie10, that's Lottie, and then the number 10 when you go to checkout as a coupon code. You'll get another 10% off. Right. This is another type of sticker. It's a different style again, still Christmas themed, but very 1930s, late 1930s, early 40s sort of style. So definitely vintage. But there we go, more the oldie worldy sort of traditional Christmas sort of theme here. Rather lovely, that. Little girl in her Santa outfit, pretending to go to sleep on Christmas Eve, ready for Father Christmas to come and leave her presents. But again, just follow the same process. These ones didn't have the protective film on them. These are definitely in our Temu haul. Pack of 50 of them. Very, very reasonable. Can't remember off the top of my head how much they cost, but very, very reasonable. And in a pack of 50, there are no repeat designs. So plenty for you to choose from. And here we go. We've got another one, which I think is Father Christmas. A little bit tricky, these, to take the sticky paper away, the sticky part of the sticker away from the protective backing. But there we go, he's got it. There we are. Oh, look at that. Traditional sort of Father Christmas. Now, you could add more things to this if you wanted to, if you've got any little bits of like fake snow that you want to put in, or some lovely little, maybe some little seed pearls, perhaps acting as sort of snowflakes falling down. You know, you could add in some white glitter, perhaps, if you wanted. Other little snowflakes and things, and then you could put that in as well in this, and then apply your top coat, whether you use UV resin or epoxy resin, totally up to you. So the other thing you could do with these when you come to do the demold is you could, which is what we're doing now, of course this is the demold, so these are thoroughly cured under the UV torch and the lamp, and look at that, it creates such a glass-like coating to them. So they are see-through. I mean, you could, of course, turn them over and put a solid colour, opaque backing to them if you wanted to. Always just drop that one. But we've opted not to. You could also decorate around the edge. You could use some gold of the, the lovely shiny gold pen, the Deco Colour gold or silver pen, perhaps around the edge of that, on the edge outside. But we've decided to leave ours because, to be honest with you, we think they've got enough. There's enough going on. Wayne's just checking the surface there, make sure that they're as good as they can be. And then it's up to you. You just need to decide what you're going to use to hang them from your garland or your tree. Are you going to use some beautiful red velvet or green velvet, or maybe some gold velvet ribbon? Or are you going to use some of the lovely like candy cane coloured twine? I think Wayne actually uses that to put through the top, and I don't think there's any footage of him doing that, but it's simple enough to do. Just measure it to the length you need it, put it through, tie it in a knot, and there it's ready for you. As you can see, we've got a little bit of clean up to do around the edges of some of these, but that's okay. That's easily sorted out with a small pair of scissors, just a little trim, or just maybe around with a little nail file. But go careful you don't scratch any of your, your pieces of work. So there we are. I was just checking the surface there, making sure that it is all as good as it can be. There we are. Look at that. These are lovely. We do show you the demould. I think we show the demould of all of them, just so that you can see what they are like. But quite a simple idea, straightforward, quite easy to do. The only way it's easier is if you just poured resin in and leave out the sticking of the lovely pictures in, or the PET stickers, or adding in any embellishments to it, and then just that's it. You would demould and add in your ribbon or twine or string that you're going to use. But yeah, look at that. I mean, you could make these a bit more 3D if you wanted to as well. As I said, if you've got we've got some little wooden miniature snowflakes, which we did think about using, but we opted not to in the end. But look at that. I mean, that is lovely. You could put you could paint the back of these as well with some red acrylic paint if you've got a, good enough, steady enough hand, and make sure you don't get any brush strokes, and then obviously that would then shine through and the glitter would pop even more, but we opted not to do that. As I said, these videos are really just a how to, give you a guide, what you can do, what can be accomplished, and then it's up to you if you then move on from that, or you change it or adapt it to whatever design and style you want it to be. We're still going, good Lord. This is a mammoth demould film, this bit. But yeah. So if you've joined us today for the first time, thank you for joining us. Why not give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video? Drop us a comment. What colourway would you use? Is there a particular, do you have a favourite of what we've done today? Would you use the pens, the lovely decorative pens, to put the edging round the edges of these? Would you use satin ribbon, or maybe some lovely velvet, sort of luxurious velvet ribbon, perhaps, to put through those holes at the top? Hopefully it's given you some inspiration. If you've joined us in the live chat, hi to everybody in the live chat. Hello to all our subscribers and our regular viewers. But if you're a new viewer, why not subscribe to our channel? You need to do that by having a YouTube account, hit the notification bell, and we upload 3 videos a week, Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, usually about 5 PM UK time, ranging from about 15 minutes to anything up to 30 minutes, depending on what we're doing. So here we are, just a little bit of a flyover there, so you can see all the ones that we've done. We're going to make a few more of those large round ones, I think, about maybe another 4 or 6 of those. And here we go with the final shot. Look at those. So you can see the candy cane coloured twine that we've used to put through the tops there. They would look lovely on any tree. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving us a thumbs up, liking, sharing and subscribing. And we will see you again with another Christmas video very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.